Welcome back to the show, guys. That's Tristan. I'm Galen, and this is Profound Nonsense. This episode is near and dear to my heart, as it is all about Lord of the Rings. We've been doing reviews for Tristan's watch of Lord of the Rings, his first ever time watch. We're going to start this episode off with his review for Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And then we're going to get into a little bit of a deep dive on Lord of the Rings, and I'll explain more about that later in the episode. First of all, you want to get right into it with your review out of 10 for Return of the King.
I'm going to give Return of the King.
Let me count you down. 3, 2, 1.
9.7.
9.7. So Return of the King is your favorite out of the three.
I think so.
Me and you both, brother. We're
It's
in the
amazing.
minority.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Most people like the second one the most.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Which I understand. I think a lot of people like that one the most because it's Helm's Deep is the most cohesive, like entertaining battle, I think. And you got the Ents. You got the horse people. It's a good movie. Why do you like Return of the King more than the other two?
Like I said, after we watched it, I liked Helm's Deep fight way more. I think that it was just a consistently just beautiful fight. And I think that each part of the battle was perfectly paced. And once one would get tired of it, you're like, of this one specific fight, transitions to the Ents. And then it keeps going. I think that the fight in Return of the King had more exciting parts. I like the elephants. I like the ghosts. I wish I would have saw them. We could have saw them attack the mercenaries more a little bit, maybe. But excuse me, that was cool. But also there was the catapults. What's going on too much? And then I just I don't know. The fight was fun. It was fun. It was a good fight. I just wasn't as engaged with it as I was Helm's Deep.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved the Piece of Resistance fight.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always gonna be my favorite in any elongated form of movies, like Infinity Wars, Endgame. Those fights were so much fun. This is what all of this build up was for.
Sure.
You know? But I do think that Helm's Deep probably was still a better fight.
Agreed. I feel like in my head, that battle was not supposed to be the pinnacle of their struggle,
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think Helm's Deep is better, because it was the pinnacle for the second movie. It was Helm's Deep battle and Isengard being run over, but the last movie is so much more focused on closure for all of the characters, and so that battle was oh shit, things are coming to a close, but the real endings were Frodo and Sam climbing Mount Doom,
Mm-hmm.
that struggle, them having to figure out how to give Frodo and Sam more time, just everything is coming down to the wire, and so yeah, the battle wasn't as, I don't know, it didn't hold your attention as much, but the focus was supposed to be on the people, not the battle. And so that's kind of my rationale for that. So what did you like? If Helm's Deep was your favorite battle, then what about the third one?
I told you I like the elephants, the ghosts. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. I think that there was like more brutal parts. I liked tell me the name. You know exactly what I'm thinking about.
Do I?
The cutting off the head of the dragon.
Oh, Eowyn.
Aowen went stupid.
Yeah, she
And
ate.
then we had Mary coming with the sneaky stab.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. There was a lot of cool scenes that I really enjoyed that were personable, like you were saying. It's all about the interpersonals for that battle. But overall, I think the pacing of the whole entire movie was phenomenal. I thought it was great. And I think Frodo's arc, I don't know, he's such a good actor. He was perfect for the role. He was so good.
Seriously.
And Sammy,
Mm. Mm.
Sammy,
Dear Sam.
such a sweet boy. He got the ending that he deserved.
Yep.
He can be undyingly loyal to a family.
Yeah.
Perfect for him.
Yep.
I don't know. In my headcanon, Mary and Pip are little gay boys together. They're so gay for each other. It's so cute.
They
I
are.
love them.
Yeah.
This is such a cute friendship.
Mm-hmm. They love each other so much, and somehow it's like different than the love that like Sam and Frodo have for each other. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But both are great in their like respective friendships.
Yeah. And they're both relatable friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you got your best friend carrying you through your dark moments. Sometimes you got to carry your bestie through their dark moments. Sometimes your bestie does something really freaking stupid that might end the world, and you still have to be there for them.
Just another Tuesday.
It's another Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Yep.
But all in all, I thought it was a great movie. I'm still frustrated from the jump. What does the staff do? I'm really upset about the wizards and what types of powers they actually have. I get it. It can cast light, and all of the opposition hates light. That's all I see. What are they like? Old girl from the boys, Starlight.
Yeah. They definitely I don't know. I think because the term wizard has becomes like a way of saying someone with like great magical ability, we like imagine wands or someone that can like do these like crazy fucking things. I like to think of them more as like angels.
And
Like
that's fair.
they're powerful, but their
How?
purpose is different. It's not like they're not powerful necessarily just like in combat. Like Gandalf's role was to see like the this plan come to fruition, which is why when he died fighting the Balrog, who's like a demon, you know, he's the Balrog is the demon to his angel. He comes back. He's reincarnated because his mission isn't done. You know, it's like he's not supposed to be this like crazy badass magical person. He's like accomplishing the will of the people above him. And so like yeah, we don't really get to see very many cool abilities that he has, but like that's not the point, you know.
I know it's not the point, but he's shown the light one time per movie, and then um, we saw one fireball, and there was just a lot of emphasis on the staffs, particularly,
That's fair.
and I
Well,
didn't see really a change in their capabilities with or without the staff, other than we saw a fireball and three lights with the staff. I don't know. I just feel like there was like a lot more symbolism probably in the books for the staffs.
for sure.
No, there definitely is. No, but like, don't use the staffs as symbolism if I can't see this. The staff do cool stuff.
You're talking about when what's his face is like, I told you to take his staff. That part.
Not just that part, but like whenever Gandalf's staff got taken from him in the first one, in this one, it makes it feel like, oh, he's cooked, but also what was he doing with the staff? And like he wasn't cooked. And same with I'm so bad with names, dude. I really just need a cheat sheet when I do this.
Sauron.
Saruman, whenever he lost his staff, whenever his got broken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just hyperfixating on the staffs.
I think so.
I might be. And that's okay. I can accept that. Let me leave the staffs alone. But
No,
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right. I do assume wizard. I want powers.
Yeah, and I think
want
that like
staffs.
the staffs are like symbolic of their power. They do need them to channel their abilities, and so like Gandalf's staff being broken in the third movie, like by the Witch King, that was just symbolic of like the Witch King's more powerful than you right now. Like they're winning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was less like oh, what was he doing with it before? Like it was gonna be defensive, but now he doesn't have his defense, and so like he's cooked.
But he goes stupid with a sword.
Oh, 100%.
He should have just had a sword this
Bro,
whole
he's
time.
dual wielding a fucking staff
Yeah,
and
that was
sword.
sick.
Crazy.
That was so sick.
Yeah, nah, he's a badass old man.
I like the Smeagol intro a lot. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of his character's like full arc?
He was a weirdo from the jump. He was the last person that should have found that ring.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect person for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think his full arc. I don't know. I saw humanity. I saw him coming back, and I genuinely do feel like he was coming back in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that as you get closer, the ring is getting closer to its owner,
Yeah.
and it was corrupting him again. And I don't know. I kind of wanted Schmeagol to not fully come back, but like help maybe.
But doesn't that make it so much more heartbreaking when he
Yes.
doesn't?
Yeah, that's literally why I just wish went somewhere else. At least it was perfect the way that they did it. But at least Schmeagol got to fall into the lava with his precious.
That's true.
It was such a weird, like, happy ending for him.
Yeah, right. He technically got what he wanted.
I was happy for him.
Yeah.
Sam, man. He's so patient.
Dude.
He was so understanding towards the end. I don't know, bro. I don't know if I could have done it.
Ride or die. Bro, as soon as Frodo put on that ring in Mount Doom.
I'm over.
Yeah, I'm drop kicking you. I'm checking out those feet patterns in the
You're
dust.
getting Spartan kicked into the Yeah.
Yep, immediately.
I was thinking maybe Sam was going to push both of them when they were, like, tussling.
Right.
Because, like, we really just need to end this.
Yeah.
Both y'all
Come on
fight
now.
too much.
Bye. Yeah. And then when he's hanging on, bro, I'm too petty. I'd have been like, no, just drop.
Because, first of all, it's hot. We're tired. We're hungry. We're exhausted. Put your arm up. You got 10 seconds.
No, literally. But he's so good, bro. Don't let go. Don't let go. Reach.
I don't know. I feel like Sam could have done the journey himself. If they were like, you're the guy for this job, I'm pretty sure he could have handled it.
No,
He just seemed way more, like, strong-spirited.
No, he was like the perfect one to like push him along. Like that was his role.
So, what makes Frodo the guy? Like, I'm trying to...
Chance.
There's chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think like that's my take on it is like it was just fate.
Okay.
I guess fate
I'm
and
okay
chance
with
are like different technically, but like Yeah. Like it was so unlikely that that was going to like happen. And so like the ring didn't know what the fuck to do, and it didn't know how to manipulate him, and it like, you know, it had never
Yeah.
engaged with like that people. And it didn't understand the like extents that like Sam would go to like help a buddy out, you know? Like
Mm-hmm. Because Papa Baggins, he was weird after he got it, but
Bilbo, yeah.
he never really like went evil evil.
Yeah, yeah. No, he like he was forever impacted by it. But that was Bilbo had like 50 years with the
Mm-hmm.
ring. So he was, yeah, he was under its spell for a long time. So he held on real well.
He did.
Yeah.
It was only whenever like Gandalf acknowledged that something was up. Whenever he like kind of started being real weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
Getting
was the.
a little shifty,
Mm-hmm.
a little shady. I think yeah, 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 cuz as soon as he had to like actually give it up, it was like, oh, this is actually a bigger deal than
Mm-hmm.
than it like first seems. But Bilbo like didn't know what the ring was the whole time.
The
He did
whole
the
time,
whole time.
I think it was better off that way.
Yeah,
Definitely was.
no, for sure.
Um, I just feel like Sauron
Sauron.
kind of got put on a back burner, maybe in the third movie. He wasn't really a strategist at all.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to like see him actually do something. Like maybe we could see him like make a decision. Probably in the books, I get it. But you got a Hobbit's super rare chainmail, and then you just say, "Hey, we got your friend. Why aren't we having a scout party to find said friend?" I
I
know it was an intimidation tactic, but like now you know that there is
well, they thought they died.
with no
They
proof.
they thought they
He's not a
were.
man of no proof. I guess he is.
I mean, like the movie's different than the books, and so like, and that was also only an extended edition scene.
Okay.
Um,
That character looked really cool though.
Sick as fuck.
He was really cool.
He's yeah, he's really fucking interesting in the books. I forget what his name is. He has like an interesting name. It's like a cool, I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember what like how that all goes in the books, and so I'm not gonna try and speak on it. I agree. It's like kind of weird the way that they did it. And I get that. I think that like again, it's such a weird like Sauron is the enemy, but he's not really like a prominent villain.
Yeah.
He's a force that is opposing them, and you see his impact through like the orcs and stuff like that, and his armies are going out and accomplishing shit, and the Nazgul are there, but he himself is like still too weak to be like a prominent part. And so it's weird because like Rings of Power is where you see Sauron being like clever, maniacal, just like evil as fuck, and he has a much larger role in like the creation of the rings and stuff like that. In Lord of the Rings, he's like the battle isn't against him, it's against him coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so like so you just don't really get to see like the full extent of his power,
Mm-hmm.
which I think some people are a little mad about. But like it's not what this is.
I mean, I guess it is just as intimidating and scary that all the losses that did happen was just a fight over the hypothetical of this
Yeah.
ancient evil coming back as opposed to the ancient evil attacking you.
Yeah.
You know, that is pretty terrifying that's without him even actually being here right now.
Yeah. And the only reason they like won the first time when he was manifested in a body, when he did have a body, is one because they had like legions of elves and much, much, much more men, and they were at like their prime, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But two, because they got lucky and Sauron got cocky. You know, like a lot of people ask why Sauron wore the ring on his hand instead of like putting it in his body or like, you know, like doing
Mm-hmm.
literally anything else. He was cocky. He thought he couldn't lose. It was like a fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like um but yeah, if he came back this time, if he like was able to manifest his body,
It would have been game over.
yeah. GG. No chance.
I think that fish maybe was manipulated by the ring.
Baby. Let's just send Eagle right here.
There's no way, because
Well, it
the
took.
Hobbit's fish. Hold on, Hobbit's fish. There's no way he would have got yoinked by a fish that bad.
That was a big boy.
Have you seen them rock climb? They're strong.
You're not wrong.
He got dragged through the water.
Deagle was a little bitch though. Like
That is true.
Deagle wasn't very.
I think that the fish, my theory on Lord of the Rings is that the fish was empowered by the ring so that we could get the ball rolling to get the ring back to its owner. That's my theory. That's my working theory.
I like it. I'm about it.
Because there ain't no way.
The fish was working for Sauron
It
the whole
was.
time. You heard it here first.
How else could we get the ring back into the mainstream, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Manipulating fish. It's a round fish. What else is it going to do?
Yeah,
People get affected just by being around it.
it's true. It's true.
If
It was in that water for a long time.
Yeah. The water was poisoned.
Sending out
Bad vibes.
pulses. Yeah. That's funny. Okay. As a whole, what were your expectations going into Lord of the Rings? What are they coming out? Where do you stand as a whole? All three movies compared to your expectations.
I went in expecting. All right, this is gonna sound like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm so serious.
I promise he's not.
A lot of weird names that I won't be able to remember. Check. I knew that I was going to be very good world building and character building. But I also expected it to be, because I've seen the runtimes, which is why I've never watched it. I knew it was going to be a very in depth, you gotta pay attention type of, let's call it not a responsibility. Word am I trying to look for? I'm going to have to invest some time and patience and concentration, which is why I never did it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to hate it. It's literally the same reason why I never watched Games of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'd like it. I'm not giving that much time to it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I really did enjoy it. The costume design is amazing. Just the simple fact that we shot it all at once. So you can just jump in to each movie. And it's literally like you never left.
Yeah.
Because they look the exact same as they did their thing with the production of the film.
Yep.
It was all around great. And the next time I'd watch them will probably be whenever we're trying to put our kids on Lord of the Rings, and then we have like we bring together a little family movie night.
I'll take it.
We're gonna have
I'll
to do
take
that
it.
when we both have kids.
Yep. Yep. For sure.
Be one time before that.
My kids are watching those movies when they're like 3 years old. I don't care.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no like real blood. They'll be fine.
Yeah. It's fine. Fair enough. I respect that.
I think all my guesses on what was gonna like, how I was gonna feel, what I was gonna expect were accurate. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but nothing wrong with what I was right about. But it's just not something I'm going to casually watch on my free time.
No.
That's not a casual watch at all.
No. It's an epic.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to be an experience. Yeah.
It is something that I would much, much, much rather watch it with like you or
For sure.
somebody.
Again, like, yeah. I don't know, man. I think we need to separate like those kinds of categories of movies. I think people who go into like watching Lord of the Rings expecting to just like watch a movie, you're not going to enjoy it for what it is. You know, it's like it's not a movie that you just like randomly one night are like, oh, I'm going to watch this by myself, grab some popcorn and like knock it out real quick. You know, it's like it's something you do with a bunch of people or like someone who hasn't seen it, and like it's an experience. You sit down, you turn off the lights, you shut the fuck up and like watch it all the way through. So like I agree. Like I don't think the expectation should be that you watch it all the time. Like we've been getting a lot of shit because people are like, "Oh, I rewatch them every 3 months." It's like, okay, good for you. I don't think that should be the expectation for most people.
Right.
Like, I watched it with Addie in December, and we're watching it now in March. So that was that was 3 months. You know, like
Insane.
and I enjoy the fuck out of them. I don't mind rewatching them again because I love these movies so much. But for the average Joe, especially one that like hasn't watched, didn't grow up with it. Like I think
Yeah.
you yeah, you gotta make a time, place, make it a thing. We're we're talking about it on a podcast, like
And that's literally what it took.
yeah. I
refused.
literally had to convince you to start a podcast with me so that we could watch Lord of the Rings.
But we did it.
Cheers.
Cheers. And it was a good time.
It was. It
I
was.
don't regret it. But I feel like that's a good point about growing up with it. I feel like most people don't acknowledge that a lot, if not all of their interests are heavily rooted in their childhood.
Right.
And then they have like, they grow up with this sense of pretentiousness
Uh-huh.
where like kids our age will like talk about, oh, you don't know, and this obscure ass band that their parents put them on when they were 5.
Right.
How the freak would I know that, bro?
Shut up. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, right. Like Lord of the Rings literally influenced the person that I have turned out to be. Because I read the books and I watched it so young.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just a part of my childhood. It was a part of my family's like dynamic. And so like, why the hell would I expect you who like are 30 and hadn't watched it until now? Like, why the fuck would I expect you to like have the same love and reaction towards it that I did? You know, it's like
Same thing with horror movies.
right.
My mom put
I'm
me on
such a
horror
bitch.
movies when I was 3 years old.
My parents made me close my eyes when there were kissing scenes in movies. There was no way in hell I was watching a horror movie.
Yeah. And I've never like, oh, you're actually corny as hell for not watching scary movies.
Right.
I'm just like, damn it. I want to watch one with you though. That's probably gonna be my only reaction.
Right. And then the ones that matter, we do watch,
Mm-hmm.
and I deal with it. And I hate it, but it's good. And then I don't hate it.
People get weird with that.
Yeah. I don't like it.
When people ask me, like, what type of music I like,
Yawn.
Abel Tesfaye,
That's it.
old Kanye. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. Don't ask me shit else. Let's talk about anything else. Let's talk about risque hot topics instead. I don't want to talk about music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird, I don't know. People get weird about that stuff. And there's definitely like a crowd of Lord of the Rings lovers that fall into that stuff too. I do think that like generally people I've met who like Lord of the Rings, they're like crazy about it and like will maybe like act like a over hyper dog who like won't stop jumping on you about it for like a little while. But I think for the most part, it's a good fandom.
Your fandom's decent.
Yeah. They generally keep their excitement internally until they find someone who wants to talk about it, and then they'll like not shut up for
That's fair.
a long time. But we're talking about it a lot today.
All right, what you got for us?
Yeah, let's get into it a little bit. The last deep dive we did was zombies.
Correct.
I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I thought about it for probably too long about how I wanted to like go about breaking this down. I think I came to the conclusion that I didn't want to go the same route as we did for the zombie one. Just because if I explored the depths of Lord of the Rings lore, I would be saying just the names all episode. And then we wouldn't even get into like the deep parts. If you want an episode dedicated to Silmarillion lore and Numenorian lore and everything that came before Lord of the Rings, I'll do that. I'll do it for you. That's not what this is going to be. I want this to just kind of be an homage, a dedication to something that I love. Because I think Lord of the Rings is one of the best trilogies, is the best trilogy. Let me rephrase. Of all time. Both in books and in movies. I don't think
the best.
The best.
Okay.
I don't think it even comes close in terms of what it has done for its genre,
Okay.
how it's held up over the years. And I think it's kind of crazy that it just like it shouldn't have worked as well as it did, and somehow it's become this like incredible cult classic that people love. Like it was 3 gigantic books. That was originally supposed to be one gigantic book, but they
What?
split it into 3 books because they were like, it's expensive to print this much paper after World War II, so we're gonna break it up into 3 slightly smaller sections, which created Fellowship of the Ring,
Interesting.
2 Towers, and Return of the King. But it was this gigantic books set in a world full of creatures that at the time nobody really gave a fuck about. Like they're coming out of the Second World War. Nobody gives a fuck about fantasy. So the fact that like this series somehow turned into the cult classic that it did is just like, it's incredible. And like despite the fact that it's based so much in this fake reality, it feels so real. Like all of the characters have such deep motivation and like you feel for every single one of them. Not only is it an epic, but it's also extremely meaningful, which is something that I think is lost in almost every other universe that like I see. There's no other universe. I'm gonna use a lot of like hardpoint period sentences during this episode, but I mean it. I think that like there's no other universe that has been able to combine the like scale and scope of the world that it created while also holding on to like all of the human tropes, all of the like the things that make humans good or bad, you know? Like so like intently to its characters. Um and I think that's why people love it, you know? I I think even people who haven't read the books or haven't watched the movies understand how meaningful it is and was to just like people in general, but also the fantasy genre. So the second half of the episode, uh, I want to break down why it still works. I want to go into like what are the things about this franchise that separates it from every other one. I want us to put it up against some other franchises. Talk about some of the distinctions between the two. Um, and then I want to give it its flowers. I want to do a little award ceremony for
Yes,
it.
sir. Absolutely.
Yep.
You give it its
Um,
flowers every single week
hey man,
since I've known you. It's
not
got
enough.
flowers.
Not enough.
All right. Yes, sir. It's your
Okay,
episode. Let's rock.
let's get into it.
Put us on game, Brady.
Let's get into it. All right. First segment. Why does it still work? Why are we so many years into this franchise and it is just as beloved as it's ever been? Um, I think I have a couple of points. I want to get into those points and I want you to talk on those points. There's 5 points. First point, it feels earnest. It's an extremely earnest story. And what I mean by that is it doesn't take itself too seriously, um, but it also isn't cringeworthy. Uh, it's not constantly like trying to put in jokes, um, which undercut emotional moments. It knows exactly when to tell a joke. It knows exactly when to be serious. And every single emotional moment, whether that is something that's funny or something that's serious, hits exactly the way it wants it to. I think in franchises today, we see this gotten wrong a lot more than we see it gotten right. I think Marvel does this terribly. I think we can both agree that there are a lot of Marvel movies that have just like lost the plot in terms of like, all right, what does it mean to like give these characters serious moments? What does it look like to give these characters like funny moments? Love and Thunder is like, I think the greatest example of this. We're not going to talk Ragnarok today.
Thank you so much. I was so scared.
um, yeah, I mean, I don't even think I have to explain it, but Lord of the Rings does such a good job of like you have Gimli, who is a character with depth. We see him mourn in Moria when he finds out that his cousin is dead and his people are dead. Um, but then like he's such a witty character, and every single time he's scared, like you, he makes it a joke, but it doesn't feel like a joke. It feels like he's coping, you know.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And so like the ability to like have that dichotomy and like have us laugh with at these characters in the exact way that they want them to is a feat that like is really hard to get down these days. Um, I think another thing is a lot of franchises are scared to be sincere. I think that's another part of like the earnestness. Um, People think it's kind of cringy to be like, I don't know. We talk about Merry and Pippin and like Frodo and Sam, and it's like there's a lot of jokes about like, oh, like they're kind of gay. They're kind of gay. But the reality is like they just like are homies that love each other a lot, you know? And I think I I just feel like movies and shows these days struggle to like want to go that far in like the sincerity of the characters. Like go all the way with them. Like you just kind of feel like there's a lot being held back. And I think that we miss out on a lot from that. Lord of the Rings believes in its story, and it's not afraid to like tell it exactly the way that it needs to be told. I think we're so scared of like stepping on toes and like missing out on an audience because we like say one thing. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it knew exactly what it wanted to do, and they did exactly that. Um, what do you think?
I think that one could relate to any of the characters, honestly, or see a loved one in any of the characters. You got the wise grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are Merry and Pippin, a misunderstood individual that is into um, a fantasy world that they want to vicariously live through. That's Frodo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The just the whole thought that like you have a destiny and like no matter how hard it gets, you got that loved one like pushing you and you like you can feel moments of your life in each one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
When you're about to drop a plate and you catch it, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I feel like an elf.
Right.
It's just very relatable and is very sweet, and I agree with the sincerity because modern eyes would see a lot of the moments as homoerotic,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just being so sweet.
Yeah.
I say it as a joke, but like they are so sweet.
Yeah.
That's true, true friendship.
Bro, if you don't have homies like that in your life,
I don't want it. I don't want it. If it's not
exactly.
that, I don't want it.
Exactly. It's out there. It's fucking out there.
It's right there.
We're not gay. We just love each other a lot, okay?
Um, so I agree with you, and I think that if the books are, which they are, 10 times, 100 times more in depth, I can see it being a world that has been created with so much love and detail
Mm-hmm.
that why would one not want to just absolutely adore it?
Yeah.
Because something that was created, I'm speaking of the movies obviously because I haven't read the books, with such incredible detail and meticulousness. I don't think I've ever heard of three movies being made at the same time. The costume design, the
Mm-hmm.
practical effects, the attention to detail every step of the way. Like there were so many moments where a film's continuity could be messed up because someone isn't paying attention
Mm-hmm.
with to the storyboard, but I was impressed most of all by the care that this franchise, this trilogy, had the entire way from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell when you watch a movie if it's a popular book, so let's throw out some movies. Hunger Games,
Yep.
Maze Runner, Divergent.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Twilight.
2000 teens was
Yeah, bro. There's so many movies where at least the first one's a straight banger,
Mm-hmm.
and it just falls so flat because they're like, oh wait, hold on, this was way more popular. Let's just make it. They said no.
Yeah.
We're going to do it right, and we're going to make it all at once. Maybe the other two won't drop necessarily as fast, but like we're going to make sure that it's all consistent
Mm-hmm.
and done with straight care.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings trilogy did that phenomenally.
Yeah. They
It was so
you
beautiful.
you can tell it was planned before anything happened, and then they were like, this is exactly how we're doing it, or we're not doing it.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
We are filming all three movies at one time. This is our budget. They're going to come out 2001, 2, 3
Mm-hmm.
every year at Christmas. And that's how it's going to be, or buy, you know? I think there were a couple of times where they didn't know if it was going to, like, if they were going to get that, if they were going to, like, pull through. And they were like, oh, well,
Interesting.
we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or, like, we'll wait, you know?
That's amazing pushback to studios.
Yeah.
That's so important. Because also, all of the actors, star study cast, everyone did so freaking well.
Yeah.
And you can sense the passion in each one of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, their eyes were watering in scenes where you wouldn't do that unless, like, you as the actor are living as that character.
Bro, I was
in the
crying.
moment. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, this is a scene where I need to cry. You
Yeah.
can see them welling up with emotion
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
So freaking good.
Yeah, and not only that, but like they didn't like the cast wasn't star-studded then. It was a bunch
True.
of nobodies.
That is true,
It was a bunch of fucking nobodies.
Interesting.
But like the reason they did that was like we have a vision. These characters are the vision, not the actors. Actor comes second, character comes first. We want the people who play these characters, like we want people who watch the movie not to be like, oh, that's Liam Neeson. You know, they wanted to be like, oh, that's Aragorn. And every single member of the cast to this day is like you see their
Yep.
face online and you're like, oh, that's Aragorn. Oh, that's Frodo. You know, and none of them are mad about it either.
I wouldn't be either.
None of them are like, ah, damn it, like my career was ruined because I was in Lord of the Rings. No, they're like, I got to be a part of Lord of the Rings.
Mainly because it's not a cash grab franchise.
Exactly.
What's his name? Harry Potter. He hates it because he had to do 7 movies since he was a kid.
Right.
Shit got dragged out.
Right.
He was over it.
Yeah. He was a cog in the machine too. You know, it's like.
Same with Edward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Robert Pattinson. He
Pattinson.
hated it, and then he came around too because he realized that is a cultural phenomenon of a franchise.
It's a cult classic. He was
And-
happy to be a part of it, but the process sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody says that about Lord of the Rings.
I can imagine how well taken care of they were during that whole process. It's so cool.
Also, you're in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any complaining.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
For a year straight.
Yeah. No, seriously. Come on.
Do you know how long it was?
I don't. Let's look it up.
I really want to know.
Principal photography for Lord of the Rings trilogy lasted 274 days, spanning from October 11th, 99 to December 22nd in New Zealand, 2000. All 3 films were shot simultaneously with an additional 6 week of pickup shots conducted annually from 2001 to 2003.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Timing.
Ah, what a time, dude. They must have. Yeah, you can just tell they loved life. They were living it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay, yes, sir.
We can talk
Your
forever.
points were valid.
Thank you.
I agree.
Point two. Point two. It earns its moments. And what I mean by that is they didn't try and manufacture hype for anything. Uh, all of the big moments that happen in every single one of the movies come from build up, not just spectacle. Um, and the payoff feels deserved because of that. We get Aragorn when he says for Frodo when they're about to charge into battle. You get hyped the fuck up when that happens, and Merry and Pippin start fucking booking it, and then the rest of them start following too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like yes,
And also, that's funny
right.
in a serious moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they're obviously way more fired up
Uh-huh.
than these soldiers. That's their bestie.
Right.
But also, they're still hobbits, so they're going to get
They're-
outran. You know, that's
right.
just like...
the soldier's like, oh!
Yeah. It's just a cohesive, like, humorous point
Yeah.
that wasn't, like,
Yeah.
too
And
focused
you,
on.
the viewer, are like, yes, let's go. Sam carrying Frodo. What a fucking moment. What a fucking moment. And it's like the culmination again of like this battle of like Sam trying to figure out how to best help his bestie and like Frodo like feeling the need to carry this burden alone and then like not being able to anymore and Sam being like, all right, I ain't gonna do this for you, but I'm gonna carry you instead. Beautiful moment. Gollum's tragic ending. So deserved. You have 3 movies of like hating the character, then loving him, then hating him, then loving him, and then hating him, and then just kind of being like, damn.
All right.
That's how it was gonna end, you know?
Yeah.
And it just like it's such a perfect like you both feel like upset that he didn't pull through, but also like by the end you understand.
It was 12 hours
yeah.
of us watching a twisted man.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end, you still like, okay, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what I expected.
Right.
This was probably his best outcome.
100%. And at the, and at the same time it's like Frodo probably kind of wished that that he had just like he didn't have to deal with life afterwards because he was in the same boat as Gollum.
He
in a
had
lot of
2
ways.
options. He could live the rest of his life like Gollum, or he can have the rest of his life as his grandpa.
Yeah. Right.
It's kind of his 2 options because he's always going to yearn for that ring.
Yeah. And yeah, the last one I had as an example was Frodo's end. It's like he goes on this journey, and here's another good one: Frodo failing. Frodo fails. Like our protagonist does not do what his mission was.
Oh yeah, huh?
His whole mission was to get
That's a
to
good
Mount
point.
Doom and throw the ring in, and he didn't
wasn't
do
gonna
it.
do it.
No.
Gollum.
Their fight at the end, which pushed Gollum in, is like the only reason that happened.
Yeah.
And if that didn't happen, then Sam was gonna have to do something, and he wasn't gonna. Frodo failed, but like it's so earned because you see the struggle. Like that's why like it's so intense is because like you're like damn like he's not gonna
mad at him.
yeah
To be honest.
yeah you like I mean I think I love the like the chafing on his
Yes.
neck because like that's not only like the weight physically but like the burden as they got closer to Mordor like just got harder and harder to like fight and deal with. It's like yeah there's no way in hell.
I also appreciated they waited until the 3rd movie, 13 months of travel, to them to just like start adding like bags on their eyes and stuff because their acting did more than enough in the first two movies.
Yeah.
In the third, to be honest with you, is because they're in that dirty ass fucking place. Not necessarily because they
Yeah.
needed us as the audience to understand that they're tired.
Yeah.
So you get that visual progression in their eyes and how their face sits, especially because they shot it in such a short span of time. These actors are amazing.
Yeah.
It blows my mind how well they did.
Yeah. No, they killed it. Yeah. You don't see this
Nope.
in a lot of other franchises.
Any
I
of
think
them.
I think Marvel did it probably closest to the best, but the continuity of greatness in between all of its movies is less. There's a lot more movies. Yeah, I don't think it's like you can't really compare that franchise. Snyder's Justice League is a great example of how that is done terribly. They like sped through getting that Justice League together. And so when they're like a big team and like fighting the big bad, it's like, oh, like there's no weight to this. None of these characters have relationships. We don't even like know half of them as the audience. Like I don't give a fuck about Cyborg. I don't care about him. Y'all didn't introduce him enough at all, you know? Game of Thrones, the final season of Game of Thrones. So much build up doesn't earn its last moments. They rushed it at the end. You didn't watch it, but
I heard much
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I watched
One of
how much people enjoy that franchise. In the moment that season came out, they just disappeared.
Yep. Yeah.
They could have outdid Lord of the Rings.
I agree.
They could have.
And I think that like Game of Thrones is built on Lord of the Rings though.
It
you
is.
know?
It is.
Like
Lord of
and
the
so
Rings
like to see it do
ran
so well.
that could sprint, you know?
Yeah. 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 Um Nothing in Lord of the Rings feels cheap.
At
All of
all.
it feels earned. You feel the passage of time. You like you said, by the end of the third movie, you're like, damn, Sam and Frodo have been like trudging.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when they're climbing the stairs, you can just tell they're like, I have nothing left. You know, it's like, fuck. So that's point 2. Any other comments on that one or keep going? Cool. Point 3, the world feels lived in. The world feels lived in. It feels like a constructed universe. You can tell there's history. You can like feel Legolas's age. You know, like he just seems like a really wise, well lived in character. Same with all the elves. Like all the elves, all the dwarves. Like you just like you see this universe that's been created, and you like it feels real. It feels tangible. You're like, oh yeah, everything makes sense about your culture, your race. Even like the hobbits, like Shire and the Fellowship, like we get introduced to them there, and like there's such a fun, loving society, and like you wanna like go there. You wanna go and
I
like be a
definitely
part
want
of
to live
it.
there. I want to live there.
They have a tree called the party tree, which is where they hold all the parties because they have so many of them. Like, yeah, I want to be there. And I think a part of the reason why it feels so real and so like lived in is because so much of it was real. Like the Shire is real. You can go there. You can go there and walk into some of the hobbit holes and like explore that town. Like they created like large miniatures of Rivendell, and like Helm's Deep was a large miniature. Like most of it was done practically. And so it's there. All of the orcs, their armor
Yes.
in Helm's Deep looks like metal. Looks like they fucking made that shit. And they're terrifying. Like none of them are CGI, or all of the close-up shots of like
Right.
orcs and stuff, not CGI. That's practical. And so like there's no uncanny valley something's off. Like y'all missed the lighting on some of these guys. It like you see them and you're like, ugh, that's real and gross. And then even like the small glimpses of like how orcs are made and stuff like that. Like you see them coming out. It's so fucking gross, but you're like, oh yeah, that it makes sense why they
Yeah.
come out looking like that. you know? Um the culture, the languages, the environments, like all of them are so fitting to each of the individual races and like um he made languages.
Mm-hmm.
Like he literally like Elvish. You can learn Elvish.
Have you tried?
No,
Okay.
I'm not
thank
that.
God. Thank you.
Don't have that much chism. But like you can tell, like those motherfuckers were actually talking to each other.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I feel like in most new universes that are created, it's obvious that like they only created enough for the scope of their movie or their show, but weren't willing to put in the work to like flesh out the culture, flesh out the races, and like make them unique, make them like lovable. I think that is like pretty unique to Lord of the Rings, at least to the extent that Lord of the Rings did it. And you want to know about the history, and you feel like you can know about the history, and you want to know what happens to the characters afterwards and where they go and what their stories are, which you can because it's there, because they created a scope that is large enough for you to explore this universe for ages and not get tired.
Did George Lucas? It's like the movies came out first.
Tolkien is
I know. I'm
okay.
talking
Okay.
about Star Wars right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Star Wars, the first ones.
Came out before.
Were there books, or did he just make them? I don't remember.
I think he just made them.
Okay. All right. So that's not gonna be a fair comparison. But I will say, whenever you made a comment about how it just feels so lived in and you can learn so much just from the movies alone, which is true, and it makes one want to have a lot of questions, want to look up something real quick, and then also like find other sources to go further into this world. And for people that actually do read, they probably read the book as soon as they're done with the movies, because it's great movies. And you can tell that detail was made in the movies that were intentional, where like George Lucas would like he would throw something in and then figure it out later, because that's what Star Wars is.
Yeah.
Just riffing it until he sold his rights. That's all he did, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell.
Right.
There's cool practical effects aliens
And
in the originals, and you know for a fact that he just kept making it up as he went.
Yeah. And like a lot
That's
of people
fun.
love that universe. It's like
No, it's fun, but
yeah,
like, it's no depth.
no. And it's like you had to wait until the next comic came out to learn more about that universe.
You already got the source material for Lord.
Yeah.
Lord. Lauder.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I agree. I think that I feel like whenever you say like it feels so lived in, a part of me that was kind of frustrating me, but I was giving it to myself, was whenever they do like the back shots of like the of like the cities and stuff, I don't see a lot of pedestrians. I don't know. That was kind of stressing me out. I don't see a lot of civilians, but like whenever we have the war, they zoom out. Where all these soldiers come from? You got all these soldiers to protect what? 80 folk?
Yeah, yeah.
That is, but I will say it still looked lived in. I'm just like, where's everybody at?
Right.
That's it. That's it.
That's fair. That's fair. That is a fair critique. Budget went to the soldiers,
And that is 100% the right choice.
yeah, yeah.
That is the right choice. Especially where they were shooting.
Right.
Where were they going to get the extras? Where?
New Zealand has 5 people total. Like
Everyone in New Zealand was in the movie.
Right. Probably, actually. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it cooking. Point 4, characters over spectacle. And what I mean by that is everything comes back to the people, which is kind of what I was speaking about with Return of the King, how the main battle didn't feel like the main spectacle. Because it wasn't. The main spectacle was Frodo's burden and Sam's loyalty and Aragorn's restraint and like all of these characters dealing with the point of no return, like, oh shit, like either I have to come into what I always knew I was gonna have to come into, whether that's Aragorn dealing with imposter syndrome and not wanting to be king and being too humble, but realizing oh, for this to work I gotta let go of my wants and give in. For Frodo, it was realizing I'm never coming back from this, Sam being we're coming back from this, us, but having to let go at the end and be our journeys are different now. We did what we needed to do, but can't be this way for us. It's not an action-driven franchise, even though it is an epic franchise. Mm-hmm. It's not about the action sequences. The action sequences just kind of support the drama.
It's true.
Of it. And even Helm's Deep, it's the reason why that fight is so cohesive and cool and why you care about it isn't the fight itself, it's the people who are fighting in it
and who came to their aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everyone's finally coming together. We have primordial natural entities that are coming out of the woodworks. They're waking up because they've had enough.
Yeah
It's crazy. That's literally so cool.
Sick as
keep
shit,
it going.
dude. Sick as shit. Yeah, it's about the people, it's about the characters. And so that's why the last movie is my favorite, is because we get all of the resolution for these characters that we have been following for 12 hours of our lives, and all of them have such great resolutions to their characters, whether you're happy about it or not. It's like when I watched Lord of the Rings for the first time and Gollum didn't have a redemption arc, I was distraught.
Were you?
I'm 11 years old. I'm distraught,
okay, fair, yeah.
And I'm still sad about it because you're supposed to be. But there's a realization that comes with being a grown-up that there was no redemption for him.
They also had the full circle of, for multiple things. First time Gandalf went to the Shire, and you have that old man sweeping. He had that exact same shot, and he was still grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
He has no reason to even shake his head at the hobbits. He should be happy.
Right. They saved your life.
But
But hobbits never change.
The hobbits never change. And they're coming into the exact same place that they left, regardless of what crazy shit they just experienced for the past 13 months.
Yeah.
Sick. Great storytelling. Then we have the beginning of the third movie where we open this scene. It was this weird ass dude being weird with a worm. And why is he just putting this worm on this hook so weird? And as soon as he opened his fucking mouth, you're like, oh my God. He just like that at the beginning.
Right.
And I said this audibly. I said, oh, he was always weird. um, so we have context to who he was.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw whenever Bilbo got the ring for the first time, and you're like, okay, well maybe he got turned into that. We thinking that in the first movie. We get reassured in the third movie. He was always like this.
Mm-hmm.
He just needed an extra push to be even more dilapidated and weird.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're thinking at the end of the movie, whenever he reaches his demise, there is no other option.
Yeah.
There is no other option. It's just kind of like at the end of Attack on Titan, kind of. He's not nearly as epic as Eren Yeager, but him dying at the end was just part of the story.
Yeah.
It needed to happen.
It was going to happen. And by the end, you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it like works.
Mm-hmm.
Is because it doesn't come out of nowhere. It's deserved. It's earned.
And it's such a well-written story that literally every member of the Fellowship is alive at the end. You don't need a cheap stab in the heart to your audience to create emotional turmoil. We were upset about Golem dying.
Mm-hmm. But also, all of the members of the Fellowship survive. Well, besides Boromir.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like it makes sense.
It
like
does.
it doesn't feel like like you didn't want to kill anybody, which goes into my last point, which is everything has real weight.
Yes.
All of the victories cost something. You were talking this whole time like they're not going to have anybody to govern after this because everyone's dying. They have the craziest shots of like people getting trampled by elephant feet and like dragons getting their heads cut off. You know, like it is gruesome. And you like, yeah, you feel the weight of that. Like them winning doesn't always feel like a victory. Even when Sam and Frodo put the ring in and everyone on the outside like finally realized that like Sauron is like his tower is falling. It's like falling and they're all like screaming like, yeah, but then the volcano goes off and everyone's like, fuck, this isn't a victory anymore because we lost Sam and Frodo. At least they thought, you know. And not everything's like clear triumph, you know. It's like like Frodo lives with that burden for the rest of his days, you know. Sam has to deal with the consequences. Like all of them have PTSD.
They do.
That's for sure.
They do.
And everyone is coming back to a broken world. There's like hope at the end because Aragorn is king. He's gonna make everything right. The Age of Men is like now in full effect. We got a good king. Men can start rebuilding. This is their world now. So many people have died to make this possible. And like you feel that.
You do feel it.
Which is like the song that Aragorn starts singing at the end. Like it's somber. Like this isn't like a just a victory. It came at like such a cost, and you feel that. And I feel like that kind of goes into my first or second point, which is like there's a sincerity. Like you don't leave those movies feeling like fully like good. There's like some mixed emotions. You're like, why did Frodo leave? Like they're crying at the end. Like, damn it. Like this isn't supposed to be how it goes, but it's like, because that's not real. It's not fucking real. And all of us know it when we watch a movie that ends just like perfectly. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
It takes emotional, like, I don't know. I feel like the older you get, the more you can get out of those movies.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm
Agreed.
30. I feel like there's a lot of emotional complexity to the decision making and to the relationships, and like can see how it can be perceived on the surface level.
Mm-hmm.
When we set it down a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he ain't trying to leave Sam to keep worrying about him, huh?
Yeah.
And like it's cool to see that.
Yeah.
And then whenever Bilbo asks about the ring, Frodo's
Mm-hmm.
just looking longingly like,
Yeah. You can.
this is it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
He knows this is his future now.
Yeah.
But at least he avoided the Golem future. It's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a deep ass fucking movie franchise. Lore.
That's what. That was my final point. Let's give Lord of the Rings its flowers.
Oh yeah.
We can
doing
run
that for 60 minutes.
Right. We can run through this one pretty quick. I've got 8 categories.
Holy shit. All right, talk to me.
Yeah, we can run through it. Best scene.
Best scene. Out of all 3.
Yep. This is total.
What is yours?
I've got a couple contenders. I think Helm's Deep has to be up there. I think the Ents march to Isengard and then their battle is pretty damn great. But I think mine is Sam carrying Frodo. For me, that is the pinnacle. That's the like all hope is lost, but moment. Makes me want to cry every time.
No, that's real. I like Sam almost drowning like an idiot.
That one makes me cry every time.
That is just the start of something great.
Mm-hmm.
The start of a real true bromance.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, you shall not pass is pretty goated, I guess. Even though it's just a flashlight. But then I was like, all right, that was it. I was upset about that, but I digress. In the moment, that was pretty dope. First time seeing it is pretty cool. I don't know. I can't really think of any specific moments for some reason. I'm drawing a blank.
Fair enough. Most emotional moment.
Drowning.
Yeah.
Drowning. The carrying.
Yeah.
The deadbeat dad scene. When he sent him back
dude.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Pippin singing.
So
that is a great
sad.
scene. That is a great scene. Yeah.
He's so angry. And it was so... That's such misguided anger. I couldn't...
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know it's a good villain. I'm like, I don't even know where you're coming from. You're just angry. You just feel incompetent.
Yeah.
And you're just projecting any which way you can.
Yep. Yeah. Nah, that's a great one.
You're willing to send out your son in some of your last
yeah. And like
real
your son
soldiers
is like he just wants your love so bad that like he's willing to do anything for you, even though he knows you're fucking insane. Like
he knows that's a suicide mission.
Yeah.
and then he still comes back with 2 arrows and is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And you still want to act like he's dead.
Crazy dude.
What a crazy guy. Crazy guy. It was more convincing. That villain was more convincing than that rat dude from the second one. I didn't like him. I didn't really like that character.
Fair enough. He's just a slimy nobody, you know. Like
Yeah.
his purpose isn't like.
I know.
Yeah, but
He
agreed.
was cartoony about it.
MVP of the trilogy. 3, 2, 1.
Sam.
Samwise Gamgee. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Come
sir.
on.
It's Samuel.
Every day of the week. Yeah, that boy deserves the world.
I love him so much.
Yeah. Just gets better all the way through. Best character arc. This one's harder.
It is harder. You ever like think about one of those questions and you want to answer it, but you're like, that's just a little too like with the grain. Let me try to think of something more unique.
Yeah,
I have
definitely.
an answer. I just don't want it to be him.
Well, I have 2. I think I have 2 that are both valid. Who's yours?
Aragorn.
Yeah. Aragorn is, I think, the classic noble.
Rebel. Hooking up with people not of his race, like straight liberal. Dodging responsibilities, or dodging his royal duties.
Come to realize he's got to do it, and
You
he
gotta
does
tap in.
because he's a great guy. Gollum he's the other.
Mm-hmm.
His arc is great,
He does have a great arc.
and it's not an arc; it's a fucking roller coaster. So I think
He was turning good in the second one. It was crazy.
yeah.
I was getting so excited.
I know. I I remember when we were watching, me being like, oh, "You're gonna be a supporter."
Yeah, damn.
All right. These ones are a little more fun. Most underrated character.
Is Sam Genji underrated in the fandom?
No.
Good.
Yeah, agreed. Mine's Faramir, because I love his character for some reason. I don't know why I love his character
I
so
don't know
much,
either.
but I do.
And that's crazy.
I think it's
from
the
someone
books.
with daddy issues. I'm like, next. Maybe if I watched it when I was younger, he'd be my favorite.
Maybe.
Probably.
I think he gets more in the books, and I think he's a better character in the book.
I think underrated is probably going to be. Who is underrated? I don't think anyone's underrated in that movie.
I think you can make a point for like Gimli, Legolas. I don't think you were gonna say Legolas.
No.
Pippin, Mary.
I would say Mary's more underrated than Pippin.
Yeah, he does kind of slide under the radar. He's the like keeps them in check of the two, and so he doesn't.
true.
He's not as fun, but
Mm-hmm.
he deserves his flowers.
He
And
deserves
he fought like
his
a beast.
flowers.
He helped kill the Witch King.
And you know what? I was dogging on her, but the daughter,
Eowyn,
Eowyn, she's
Yeah.
she's a beast.
baddie.
She's a dog.
Yep, goes crazy. Fights the fight. Killed the
off-
Witch King and
She
the
went toe to
dragon.
toe with the Witch King and cut off the dragon's head. What are you talking about? She's sick.
Mhm.
She blocked a blow of that big old mace to the
Funny,
arm.
funny about that mace. Peter Jackson kept telling the prop team to go bigger. Like they had like a normal size mace, and he was like, "Nah, that's not big enough." And they like kept having to go back and
It
like
was
make it bigger and bigger
immediately
and bigger.
huge.
But he was like, "This motherfucker would use a weapon that literally nobody else can."
Mm-hmm. just
Make
with
it big.
less. Because it was so predictable. Like
Right.
you can predict the
It's the
movements.
same
His
it's the
confidence is
same
cocky.
fault that Sauron
Uh-huh.
has, like
He literally
overconfidence.
could have just used the sword and he would have whooped her
Yeah.
easily. He
Yeah.
had the sword in his other hand.
No man can kill me. Like, not true. You're just cocky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best duo. This one's hard. There's a lot. Merry and Pippin, Gimli Legolas, Sam and Frodo. Um,
I'm going to say Gimli and Legolas is going to be the most underrated because, like, they don't get a lot of that.
mhm.
But it's really fun moments whenever they
They're
do.
so fun.
Um, and I also love that they share the same horse every single time.
They're the one that like you want stories of after Lord of the Rings.
Great spin-off characters.
All the like Merry and Pippin, they're in the Shire. Sam and Frodo, well, can't. But like even if that you could, like that's not something you actually want.
No, not at all.
Um,
I want to see them tear down the rest of the orcs and
mhm. That would
build
make a
their own.
great spinoff.
I also think that yeah, because Legolas is like the John Wick of his elves. He's so accurate. He was stupidly accurate, and he's the badass.
Mm-hmm.
The way he took down that elephant was so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Without breaking a sweat.
Dope as hell.
And I think that he actually helped Gimli like with a lot of his, I don't know, self-confidence issues. It was cool to see that.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. They're so cute.
Yeah, I really like their dynamic. Merry and Pippin in the second movie, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They're arguing about being tall, drinking the water, getting taller.
Yep.
That one was fun. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, Frodo and Sam. That's the most emotional,
For sure.
hands down.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, they all got something.
They all got
Which
their own
is
things
like
going for 'em.
yeah, that's why it's so great. Like you love every single one of their dynamics. Most rewatchable scene.
Oh, and also I'm remembering it, so I'm making it to the most memorable scene. The second one, whenever Gollum is talking to himself and breaks free from his shackles, his own self shackles. I love that scene. It's so
Great
good.
scene. Yeah.
It's
Agreed.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it is probably one of the most rewatchable, for sure. It's like funny but also heartfelt and like yeah. Hardest moment to watch.
Like emotionally daunting, or just like, what do you mean?
Can I answer for you? You were struggling when Frodo and Gollum were like fighting over the ring, and then the ring fell into the lava, but it didn't like immediately like melt,
Yeah.
and so you're like, wait, is someone gonna like swoop in and get it? Like, is it gonna be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
on a cold spot? You know?
Yeah.
That kind of scene.
Okay, then that one.
Yeah.
Then that one, brother.
Yeah. Agreed.
Do you think that was the point of that?
Yes. Yeah. No, 100%.
Scene? Good. Because that got me.
It was no. They like kept panning to the ring and then like away from the ring and like, and you don't know if Frodo's actually gonna like reach his hand out. Like for a second, you're like, oh no, he's gonna drop, and you're like, you kind of want him to, but then Sam is like, he wants him so bad, and yeah, that scene is stressful.
That scene was good.
Shelob's lair, that scene, Cirith Ungol, when Frodo gets stuck in the web and is like cutting at it to try and get to Gollum, but like Shelob is right behind him. That scene stressed me out too.
I'm trying to think of, were there stressful ones in the first one? Not really.
Not really.
What was the second
I
one?
guess like Gandalf dying, but everyone kind of knows that he's going back, so it doesn't really hit as hard.
Yeah.
That was the last one I had. Um, hmm. We've been going a while.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Any closing remarks?
No, just that you're valid for this being your favorite franchise. Um, I would agree with your statement. That is the best trilogy.
Whoa.
I would. I would. I'll say it.
I won him over.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
You're
Type
valid,
shit.
Browdy.
Type shit.
Mm-hmm. It was really good.
I think it holds up for itself.
It does.
I think, yeah. I don't
I
know.
can watch just those movies and be fully satiated.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can just like see the influence it has, you know, like everything ever since those movies and that book came out, like it's based on it. It walked so fantasy could run.
It's literally always those four factions too.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to
Yeah.
medieval fantasy, it's always humans, dwarf, elf, orc.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
Always. No
Every
matter
time.
what.
Every time.
That's always going to be the base four.
Yep. Or goblins too. But like
Yeah, but
that's in it too.
mm,
Yeah. If you like Lord of the Rings, hopefully you watched the whole video.
Like
Thanks
and
for
subscribe.
coming. Like, subscribe. We're gonna do another deep dive in 2 months. Yeah. Thank you for bearing with us. Talk about things that we love. Yeah, this was fun for me. I haven't been able to dive deep into that and get that excited about honestly the movies that like got me into movies, you know. So thank you for coming. We'll see you guys next week with another video.
Bye.